Our temporary word is from John Pavlovich's book, Worth Fighting For. Nothing really prepares you to see your worst fears realized. It's not good when hard-fought civil rights are taken away from millions of Americans, when our highest court is weaponized by an extremist minority, when bigotry becomes lawful, when a marginalized community loses decades of protections in a few hours. So what can people aspiring to goodness do during bad days? As human beings seeking to embody empathy, what is our response? More accurately, what is our response in these times, which aren't like any before? How do we move forward? There is always something worth fighting for. I am going to ask you to be irrational. Hopelessness is the most rational response. Looking at the stripping of human and civil rights, seeing the compromised Supreme Court, gutting the fruit of generations of progressive activism, seeing a several times indicted, twice impeached president still in office and being worshipped, and knowing what we know about people we love and live alongside. Hopelessness makes sense right now, but we cannot choose hopelessness because that would mean conceding to the wall builders and the book banners, not only in the recent past, but in the present and future as well. Falling into permanent despair or apathy would be giving away not merely the last few years, but today and tomorrow. It would mean allowing those motivated by fear and exclusion to win the battle uncontested. Most importantly, hopelessness sees the narratives within our heads to those who do not deserve that gift. In current times, hope is a bit irrational, but that does not mean that it's the wrong choice. It is always the right choice because it is the only choice that allows us to keep moving forward. We choose the way of hope when we wake and step into the world and are faced with challenges, questions, crises, heartbreak, and tragedy. We decide then whether we'll allow circumstances to determine our internal condition or whether we will. Whether trending news will dominate the headlines in our heads or whether we will choose to write a different story. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, says that between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Those who came before us chose to fight for justice as good troublemakers. So let's get into some good trouble, because what's at stake is worth fighting for. It is in these human words that God's voice is heard.